Today I'm gonna show you how to create transition templates. So we're going from this to this. Like you can see, the animation is much smoother. To do so, I just created a 4-gradient background and I added some text and an image. I also added some glow on an adjustment clip. You can also remove it if it's confusing. I'm gonna show you how to create this transition. To do so, position your playhead between two elements like two text, shift space and search for cross dissolve. Then we'll make it 16 frames. Then we will right click the transition and go to convert to fusion cross dissolve. Then in the inspector, go to transition and then click this wand. Drag the media out to the view, and actually today we will not use the spline editor and the keyframe editor, so you can disable them. And like you can see, we have the media in and the media into. We will delete the cross dissolve, then we will click media in one. Search for the switch and connect the media into to the switch. When our animation will hit the middle of our composition, we will switch to the media into. Right now it's showing only the media in one because the switch is set to input 0. And the transition can be long as you want. We want to automatically calculate where is the middle of the clip. To do so, we will need an expression. It's very simple, don't be scared. Right click to the source and go to expression. Here we'll put an expression. First of all, we will add an if statement. So if with double I if means that we will automatically return the value. First of all, we will type time. Time, it's a variable stored in Fusion. It's just the value of the frame we're currently at. If the time is greater than the comp means it's the variable for the composition. It's our Fusion composition. It's like this, okay? This is our Fusion composition and that variable refers to this, okay? In this case, we have a transition, but the transition, it's a Fusion transition, so it's a composition. Then we put a dot and we will call another value, render end. This means the end keyframe of the composition. In our case, it's 16 divided by 2. So we're saying if the time, okay, it's greater than the half of the composition, then we will need to use the second input, that is 1. Otherwise, we will use the first input, that is 0. And if we drag our playhead, in the first half we will see veil, and in the second half we will see video. So it automatically switches between media in 1 and 2. Now we'll create our animation. To do so, just add a transform node after the media in 1 and call it size down anim. Here we'll use anim curves to animate our size. We will go from 1 to 0.5. To animate with anim curves, and the reason we're using anim curves, because we want our animation to work even if we extend it or compress it, because anim curves work even if you stretch your transition. So go to the size, right click and modify with anim curves. Now in the modifier tabs you can see anim curves on size down anim, that's the node, and the control on which it's applied, the size control. Here we'll leave the source as transition, the curve is the graph is this. We can't leave it to linear because we need to create a smooth animation. To do so we will use easing, and here in and out means this is the in and this is the out, and we want the in to be quart. It's like a very smooth, very slow start, and the output we want to be the same, so we can just put quart as well here, or right click, hit expression and drag this plus to the in, and like you can see it just copied. So if we put sine, it will be sine. If we put quart, it will be quart. Now we will play with the scaling, and here we have the scale and the offset. The offset is the size value from which we want to start. So if we go to the frame 0, right now it's set to 0, so we are starting from 0, and actually we don't want to start from 0, we want to start from 1 because we want to size it down. But we will create something different. We will create the animation that's sized up and then we will invert it. So in this case we want to start from 0.5, okay, so it's half the size, and we will go to a value of 1 so we want to go from 0.5, and when we go to the end the final value will be 1. Right now it's 5.5 because the final value, the scale is 5, but we want it to be 0.5. You are asking probably why we don't want it to be 1, because the scale, it's not the final value, but it's the value that will be added to the offset. So in this case, .5 plus .5 will be equal to 1. So at the start it will be .5, and if we go to the tools, you can see that it's .5. And when we play the animation, at the end it reaches the value of 1. We can invert the animation. So we're going from 1 to .5. It's quite difficult to understand if you have never played with anim curves, but I hope you understand because I try to explain it as better as I can. And like you can see, we're going from 1 to 0.5. Right now, when we reach the middle, it automatically switches to video and no animation is playing because the animation is applied to the media in 1. But we can just copy the size down animation and select the media in 2 and hit Command Shift V to create an instance. Another way to do it is by right-clicking and paste instance. Then we just connect the nodes. And if we play the animation, like you can see, there is something wrong. Here is size down, and then it's sizing down again. But we don't want that. We want that the new value starts from a bigger value and then goes to 1. Because if we see my animation, the veil value goes down, and then the video, it's going down, but from a bigger value, and then it goes to the original value. To do so, here we will offset the value. So we'll add a transform node after our animation, and we will scale the size to be twice as big. So when we scale it down, we are scaling not from 1, but from 2. So when we half it, it will reach 1. See the magic? Veil, it's going down, and then this is becoming bigger, and it's going down as well. But the tricky part is that we made an animation that is very fast in the middle. So this switch, it's like cutting on action and it's very smooth. And if we go to our edit page and we play the animation, let me just render it, then that's the transition I'm talking about. Oh, that's very smooth. Now you're asking, how do I create a template? For example, I have the template right here. I just drag it here, for example, and I play the animation. Oh, it's ready to use, okay? It's very simple. But before, I'm gonna just let you know another thing you have to do, because right now we're applying this animation on some text. So it's one value on the screen. So let's try to apply this animation right here. So I'm gonna alt click and drag here. If we try to play it here, like you can see, we have this, we see the border. We don't want that, of course. Let's go back to our transition in diffusion and here change the edges to mirror. So now it will mirror the edges. In this case, we have only the text, so it will not mirror the edges because we have a solid background here and it's very powerful in the text. But if we drag it here and we play the animation, we no longer see the edges. It's kind of difficult to see the animation with solid colors. Now if we drag the animation right here, the transition, like you can see, it's smooth and we don't see where the edges are. Now let's see how to create the template. Right click the cross dissolve and go to create transition preset. I'm gonna call it V cross zoom and tooth for tutorial. Let's create it. Like you can see, it automatically appeared in the toolbox video transitions. We have our template. Now we just drag it and we choose the length. For example, 16 frames for me works very good. We put it where we want it, make the transition long as we want it, and then we play it. Like you can see, the effect is like this. Of course, we can make it shorter. So 10 seconds, maybe here 6 seconds, and here maybe 22 seconds. And it works even if we change the duration. So that's all for today's tutorial. Hope you like it. Let me know if you didn't get something. Remember to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.